evening to all distinguished panelists and participants. Bharati Vidyapeeth Institute of Computer Applications and Management, BVI CAM, in association with Computational Intelligence Society, CIS chapter of IEEE Delhi section, Computer Society CS chapter of IEEE Delhi section, Technology and Engineering Management Society TEMS chapter of IEEE Delhi section, System, Man and Cybernetics SMC Society chapter of IEEE Delhi section, Communication Society of IEEE Delhi section, Consultants Network Affinity CNA Group of IEEE Delhi section, Life Member Affinity Group of IEEE Delhi section, Inter-Society Relations IRS Standing Committee of IEEE Delhi section, Industry Relations and Special Interest Group on Humanitarian Technology Site Standing Committee of IEEE Delhi sections, with the Associations of Computer Society of India, Institute of Information Technology Professionals, IITP, ISTE Delhi section, and IETE Delhi Center, as technical collaborator, welcomes you all to today's webinar on AI in cybersecurity. It is a moment of pride and honor to announce that we, with united hands, mark special contribution for the monumental occasion Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, an initiative to celebrate 75 years of glorious independence by organizing thought-provoking sessions for our better future. This webinar today is an initiative for celebration of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. According to Stephen Hawking, computers will overtake humans with AI within the next 100 years. When that happens, we need to make sure the computers have goals aligned with ours. Every day, the cyber attack surface keeps on getting bigger and bigger. Threats have not only become complex, but are also more difficult to getting detected. On a daily basis, it is common for cybersecurity teams to grapple with a huge number of alerts that are difficult to analyze and take action. The sheer number of connected devices, coupled with the scarcity in the number of skilled security professionals, make it a daunting task for any enterprise to improve its security posture. With the advancements in artificial intelligence, it is now possible for security teams to significantly reduce risk. For example, AI is a critical arsenal in the fight against cyber threat, as AI-based systems are today able to handle and quickly analyze millions of events and map this to identify different types of threats. This includes analyzing new malware to identify zero-day attacks to prevent users from clicking suspicious email. AI systems can learn from patterns of past security events and prevent the next attack from taking place. The webinar today aims to discuss the various aspects of the AI in cybersecurity. I would first take this opportunity to welcome amongst us our distinguished panelists for the day. We are privileged to have amongst us a galaxy of experts. I would first welcome Professor M.N. Huda Sir, Director, Bharati Vidyapeeth's Institute of Computer Applications and Management, BVI CAM, and Vice Chairperson, IEEE Delhi Section, to address the participants with his inspiring words.
Good evening, one and all. Am I audible, Dr. Ritika?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so good evening, one and all. At the outset, let me welcome my friend and a valued speaker for today's webinar, which is 103rd webinar of this series, Mr. R.K. Singh Saab. He's so passionate learner and always committed to disseminate and share information with the fellow professionals, and that he always remains proactive for such sessions. So thank you so much, Mr. R.K. Singh Saab, for having agreed to deliver this webinar out of your busy schedule. He keeps on delivering sessions almost at all multiple platforms, so he remains too occupied. I also take this opportunity to welcome my friends, former chairperson of IEEE Delhi section, Professor Subramanian Krishnamurthy, Professor Bhatia, and many senior people amongst the attendees and all participants from various parts of the country, including this WebEx house. as well as the live streaming on the YouTube. Dear friends, as all of you know that in between COVID, we started with this IEEE BVI Camp IT weekly evening webinar series. This is 103rd webinar of that particular series, which we are continuing. And by now, this has become one of the most sustainable and successful webinar series of the country, for which audience from participants from different parts of the country and abroad keeps on waiting for that. Today's webinar has been organized on again one of the very important topic, that AI in cybersecurity. How artificial intelligence can contribute to minimize, if not completely stop, to deal with the issues related to cybersecurity. And as Dr. Ritika has rightly introduced the subject, that because of the versatility of the AI can become a big enabling mechanism for the purpose of ensuring that every day the way crimes are increasing, cyber crimes are increasing day by day, can be ensured to decrease every coming day with the help of the artificial intelligence. My dear friends, I always keep saying that the crimes are happening everywhere and the security are required almost in every domain to control those crimes or to prevent those crimes, whether it is in a physical world or whether it is in a virtual world, the cyber world. So the cyber world is no exception than the physical world, the way it was happening in physical world. So it's happening in cyber world. The important before all of us will be how to ensure that the vulnerabilities, that the open loop strategies should be applied so that various vulnerabilities which lead to cybercrime can be stopped. We do not do that. So we have to understand that what are those techniques using which the vulnerabilities can be minimized so that we are not prone to being attacked from outsiders. And if we do not do that, possibly many things, almost everything, right from our data to money, is available in the cyber domain. And when that is leaked, recently we have seen that almost for a week, entire week, the AIM server was under attack. And then almost the processes were stopped. People were serving to their customers, serving to the patients in manual system. Now even that R&D is going on, that why and in which way it has happened. But once it happened, and then the damages will occur, and in order to finally repair, in order to recover from the damages, it will take too much time. And that's how I say that we should be in a position to implement the proactive system with the help of the tool and technologies which we have, so that as and when such kind of attempts are being done, the attempts can be minimized. एंड दैट्स हाउ आई कीप ऑन सेइंग, ये चार पंक्तियां साइबर सिक्योरिटी जैसे डोमेन के लिए ही कही जाती हैं कि जो चाहते हो चिरागों को हम सफ़र रखना, ज़रा हवा के इरादों पे भी नज़र रखना। कि अगर हम ये चाहते हैं कि अपने सिस्टम्स को फुल प्रूफ रखें, अगर हम ये चाहते हैं कि किसी इंट्रूडर, किसी अटैकर को मौका न दें, तो हमारे जो लोग बाहर में गलत इंटेंशन से बैठे इंतज़ार कर रहे हमारे सिस्टम को ब्रेक करने के, हमारे सिस्टम को क्रैक करने के लिए, उनके इंटेंशंस पे ध्यान रखकर अपनी वल्नरेबिलिटी को ठीक करना पड़ेगा। तो पंक्तियां यूं हैं कि जो चाहते हो चिरागों को हम सफ़र रखना, ज़रा हवा के इरादों पे भी नज़र रखना, अब उजड़ गए हो तो ये शिकायतें कैसी, कहा था किसने कि तूफान की इज़्ज़त पे रहना। So attackers are everywhere, intruders are everywhere. The people are having bad intention, let's understand that. So we have to safeguard our machine, we have to safeguard our system, and not only in cyberspace but also in the physical space. The way we used to apply many protection in the physical space, exactly in a similar way protections will need to be applied in a cyberspace. And once you have applied all possible protection in open loop mechanism, then you can very well with confidence say कि मैंने अपनी सारी वल्नरेबिलिटीज क्लोज कर रखी हैं, सारे पोर्ट्स हमने फुल प्रूफ कर रखे हैं, कहीं से किसी अटैक की कोई गुंजाइश नहीं है। और फिर अल्लामा इकबाल जैसे बड़े शायर की दो पंक्तियां उस पहले चार पंक्तियों की का जवाब है कि मैं आंधियों की जमानत लिखा के आया हूं। आप जो भी कर लो कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता, इस वजह से कि मैंने सारे पोर्ट्स क्लोज कर रखे हैं, वल्नरेबिलिटीज की अपॉर्चुनिटी खत्म कर रखी है। सो मैं आंधियों की जमानत लिखा के आया हूं, मेरा चिराग हवाओं के दोष पे रख देना। मैं आधियों की जमानत लिखा के आया हूं, मेरा चिराग हवाओं के दोष पे रख देना। कि जहां हवाएं चल रही हो वहीं रख देना, लेकिन मेरा सिस्टम इतना फुल प्रूफ है, इस सिस्टम को कुछ नहीं हो सकता। सो थैंक यू सो मच विद दिस opening note. Let's welcome our today's valued speaker, Mr. R.K. Singh Saab, who is so passionate and will make us to understand that how, with the help of artificial intelligence, which is applying now in almost every possible domain and is simplifying our life, so how artificial intelligence can simplify the problems related to cybersecurity. Thank you so much. Wish you all the best. God bless you all. We started this webinar in the backdrop of COVID. Now the COVID is again hitting China in a biggest possible manner. Almost 70% of the China is logged. So I will request all of you to apply all protection. Be careful. Take care of yourself. Take care of your near and dear. Keep learning despite disruptions happening in and around us. That's the message of this webinar. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay vibrant. Wish you all the best. God bless you all. Over to you, Dr. Ritika.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I would now welcome amongst us our expert speaker, Mr. R.K. Singh, sir, with an e-bouquet.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Singh has over 4 decades of experience in the field of broadcasting sector, inclusive of operations, general management, procurement, technology, and human resource development. He has extensive experience in complex and challenging international and multicultural environments with proven ability to represent the organizations among stakeholders and strategic partners. An exemplary communicator with proven skills in designing and conducting customized training programs geared towards optimizing knowledge and operational efficiencies of employees. Sir has also expertise in conducting training programs and workshops in the area of managerial effectiveness and broadcast technology. He has also represented All India Radio in international seminars and conferences globally. Sir has also served the government of Kenya, Nairobi, for a period of 5 years. A renowned expert on the panel of DOAC Society for inspection and awarding accreditation to Computer Training Center and bestowed with many eminent engineering awards and accolades. Sir is also the fellow member of professional bodies like IETE, IEI, and BES India. We are honored to have you amongst us, sir, today. I would now request you to kindly enlighten the House.
Uh, Thank you very much, madam, for the nice words. And at the outset, I would like to thank Professor Huda for making really scintillating remarks. And his couplets are always, they give me extra strength whenever I start my talk. And another thing is that what you are doing through your platform, it's a wonderful thing. I can see that every time couple of hundreds participants are there, and that is my desire also, particularly after retirement. And now, though I will not say that I am retired, but still I am associated with University of Delhi, Jamia, and all that. My only purpose is to whatever we have learned in our life of a long period of say 40, more than 40 years, I want to return something, whatever is good for the present day young generation. And this particular topic, as I mentioned earlier also, it was in my mind from the 1988 when I was working at Lucknow. And that time I had started working on expert system. If we all remember, that time AI had just started in the form of expert system. So I developed expert system for my broadcast transmitter for fault diagnosis. It was a wonderful idea. I worked for almost 1 year with my team, and my expert system was very, very powerful that it could solve many breakdowns in few minutes. Normally, it used to take hours. So that gave me encouragement after my retirement, since I was having the basic understanding of, I will not say knowledge, I will say only understanding of AI in the form of expert system. So why not study further? Because that time machine learning, etc., DL was not there. So that gave me chance, and for the last more than 2 years or about 2.5 years, I am working on it and conducting number of webinars, and I am getting a very good platform uh, with kind support of Professor Huda. And I hope that this we will continue whatever I know. Now, this particular, I will, if I start my talk here, in the beginning, I saw one comment from one of the participants. That was very interesting. And it said that, sir, this security of AI, is it different from the other security? No, my dear. Security is security. And why security is there? Because there is crime. If crime is not there, security is not required. I wish that we have Ramraj, where though no crime, nothing, and we all will be happy. There will be no need of cyber security. There will be no, only we will be we will be using the cyber security only or AI only for good purpose. But unfortunately, it is not like that. In the whole world, people are there of different types, and they are making very many things against the humanity. So we have to work against that. And I hope that when the crimes are there, security is there. But in this is a difficult case, this difficult phase. Why? Because we are trying to stop the security crimes with the help of technology. That is nothing but AI. But my dear friends, we should know one thing, that the same technology, same AI is also available to the criminals. So we have to compete with them. I mean, if they are making things and making our life difficult, then the other people, we have to make better than that. As he was mentioning, Professor Oda, that AIMS was down. Now just imagine, even for 5 6 days when the AIMS working is down, how many people suffered. And this is just one example. Recently in some bank also this thing happened. So this is such a thing. I don't know. I am not expert in this field. I can only enlighten, and I will request participant also to participate, give their views, so that we can try to prepare, and we can try to remove as much as possible. I can only say that we cannot remove crimes completely. Well, it is almost impossible. Professor Hoda has just mentioned that we have to make our things so strong that people should not come and then hit us. So we have to. So what I will do, that I have divided into three parts my talk, that we will try to give you a little idea about what is cyber crime, number one. Then we will go to understand how we used to stop the crimes, and now, with the introduction of technology in the form of AI, how we have achieved and how we can do. Well, the subject is so vast that the time given is certainly not. But I will try to do it as much as possible. But I will not go fast. Whenever there is a doubt or whenever somebody wants to share, he is most welcome. So, madam, I think I can share my PPTs.
Yes, sir. Sure.
Okay,
Yes,
thank
sir.
you.
So we can see your
This is running, I
browser
don't
at
know
the moment.
whether I'm making any mistake.
Sir, open your PPT file.
PPT file is already open. Okay. I can again open. Yeah, it is there. Yeah, okay. Is it visible?
No, sir, we can see your browser. Uh,
I think I have to stop this one which is going on, is it?
yes, sir, you will minimize this.
This is minimized. How this is, what is it? Share. Again, I have to press share.
Yes, sir. You can stop sharing. Again, press share, and in that you can select window share screen.
Okay, just 1 minute. I think, yeah, it should be okay now. Is it okay?
Sir, again select share.
Okay, no, select share. Yeah, and now I
Share
take
screen.
my screen. Uh, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay, fine. Thank you. So this is the my talk, and
Sir, you can put it in slideshow.
yeah, okay. Uh, Now, as we know that this is the topic is AI, artificial intelligence in cyber security. My agenda is not very long, but certainly I have taken this uh, few things. Now, as I said, that my idea is to just particularly those people. I know many of the participants will be expert in cyber in this field. But for the sake of everybody, now those who are new students and all that, I will start from the basics, and then we proceed further and we come to the. So this is my complete agenda. Let us start. I will go very simple way. So what is cyber attack in a very simple way? It is an assault launched by criminals using one or more computers against a single or multiple computers or a complete network. They can attack anything. It can maliciously disable computers, steal data, use a breached computer as a launch point for other attacks. Cyber attack is an attempt to disable computers, steal data, or use a breached computer. Cyber criminals use different methods. Now, these methods, well, it is difficult to say that how many methods they are using because they are working on different types of methods. And that includes malware, phishing, ransomware, man in the middle, and so on. Well, these are the types of the cyber attacks you can see very well. Social engineering attacks and all that is there. Common type malware is a term used to describe malicious software, including spyware, ransomware, etc. Phishing, we all know. Man in the middle attack, denial of service attack, SQL injection, zero-day exploit, DNS. I will be taking little bit more in few minutes. So, how often do cyber attacks occur? Cyber attacks hit businesses almost every day. There are two types of companies. First of all, those companies who have been hacked already and they are not aware, and those who don't know yet how they have been hacked. The total volume of events has increased almost fourfold between January 16 and October 17. So many. So, basic question, why do people launch cyber attack? Well, answer is very simple that why people do crimes. So, cyber crimes has increased every year. This answer to why is difficult. Everybody can give the answer that why things are stolen, why things are done. People try to benefit from vulnerable business systems. Often attackers are looking for ransom. 53% of cyber attacks resulted in damages of 500,000 US dollar. Cyber threats can also be launched with ulterior motives. Some attackers look to obliterate systems and data from a hacked system. So, as I mentioned, few types of cyber attack. Just we will see very briefly. Otherwise, each this attack can be discussed in detail. Malware, very common term used to describe malicious software, including spyware, ransomware, viruses, and worms. Malware, what it does, it breaches a network through a vulnerability. Typically, when a user clicks a dangerous link or email attachment that then installed risky software. That is the problem. And sometimes innocent people or people, anybody, even people, somebody is intelligent, even he can make mistakes. He can be tempted. He can make, okay, come on, click this, you will get very good information. And moment you click, you are in trouble. Once inside the system, malware can do the following: block access to the key components, installs malware of additional harmful software, covertly obtain information from transmitting data from the hard drive, disrupt certain components and renders the system inoperable. Phishing, well, is the practice of sending fraudulent communication that appears to come from a reputable source, usually through email. That's why nowadays at least one good thing is happening, that even in the email, Google and they are warning us that this mail appears to be not from the reputed one. At least something is there, but many of us don't care for that. We say, okay, fine, we will open it. The goal is to steal sensitive data like credit cards and login information, or to install malware on the victim's machine. Phishing is an increasingly common cyber threat. Phishing is normally, that is very easy to send the mail. Man in the middle attack. This also known as eavesdropping attacks, occur when attackers insert themselves into a two-party transaction. When two-party transaction is there, the hacker will come in between. Once the attackers interrupt the traffic, they can filter and steal data. Two common points of entry for man in the middle are unsecurable public Wi-Fi, because we know that now public Wi-Fi is available at most of the places. They say Wi-Fi is free, so we start working on it. We put on our mobile, we put on our things, and there that is a weak point, and attackers can insert themselves because they can also use the Wi-Fi between visitor's device and the network. Without knowing, the visitor passes all information through the attacker. Once malware has breached the device, an attacker can install software to process all of the victim's information. Another one is denial of service attack. Denial of service attacks flood system, servers or network with traffic to exhaust resources and bandwidth. Now, this I would try to explain. Say there is a big road or some, and you don't want people to pass through it. In normal course, people are going in the car or in the scooter or in whatever it is. But some people, they try to block the traffic. They will put a lot of lorries and this and that, so that people cannot move. That is something like denial of services. And here what they do, they consume bandwidth, they exhaust resources, and that makes the whole system, you will think, what has happened to my network, what has happened to my system, why it has become so slow, nothing is passing. That is because of denial of service attack. As a result, the system is unable to fulfill legitimate requests. Attacker can also use multiple compromised devices to launch this attack. So this is known as a DDoS attack. SQL injection. A structured query language injection happens when an attacker inserts malicious code into a server that uses SQL and forces the server to reveal information it normally would not. An attacker could carry out an SQL injection by simply submitting malicious code into a vulnerable website search box. Another attack, zero-day exploit. A zero-day exploit hits a network vulnerability, is announced, but before a patch or solution is implemented. Attackers target the disclosed vulnerability during this window of time. Zero-day vulnerability threat detection requires constant awareness. DNS tunneling, this is another type of attack. DNS tunneling utilizes the DNS protocol to communicate non-DNS traffic over port 53. That is what they have given. It sends HTTP and other protocol traffic over DNS. However, there are malicious reasons to use DNS tunneling VPN services. They can be used to It can also be used to command control callbacks from the attacker's infrastructure to a compromised system. Now, what happens during a cyber attack? A cyber attack happens when cyber criminals try to gain illegal access to electronic data. I'm sorry. The intent might be to inflict reputational damage or harm to a business or person or theft of valuable data. Cyber attacks can target individuals, groups, organizations, or governments. Examples Some examples of common cyber attacks and types of data breaches: identity theft, fraud, extortion, malware, phishing. This I have told you. Stolen hardware, such as yeah, that is another thing. If some hardware is stolen, like laptop or mobile devices, they can use this also. Denial of services and distributed. This we have discussed. Breach of access, password sniffing, system infiltration, website defacement, private and public browser exploratory, instant messaging abuses. So this was just in brief, very brief, what is cyber attack. Now, what are the ways to prevent the cyber attack? As Professor Huda was also mentioning, that we have to take precautions. But my dear, we don't know the precautions which we are taking, whether they are sufficient. It is just like COVID. When COVID started, we were not knowing what to do. In fact, we started working on its medicine only after it has already spread. So in a similar way, somebody can come up with such an attack that we will probably sometimes we may find ourselves helpless also. But we have to work on it. So what ways to prevent? One of the most, but still, I mean, I don't say that we should not prevent it or we should not try to prevent it. One of the most effective way to prevent cyber attack is to ensure that multi-factor authentication has been enabled for all applications that access the internet in an organization. This is one thing, but sometimes people say, oh, why so many authentication? They will say, okay, what is this thing? What is that thing? So they use many authentication to start the internet. Having only a password login for employees is not enough. If employees' passwords are compromised through a hack or through a phishing scam, cyber criminals may be able to easily access to the system. In fact, I have seen in the private company, multinationals company, even they don't allow certain types of mobile. Company has restricted. Their mobiles are checked. I mean, you can't take any photograph, you can't do anything, because even my son, when he's going, they have to, they use very different types of or simple mobile. Like that, even their laptops, they can't use their own laptops. The companies are providing the laptops, and that laptop they cannot use for personal use. For their personal use, they have to use their own afterwards. Well, these are the precautions that companies taking. Use multi-factor authentication. Enabling a multi-factor authentication process for logins instead will require employees to provide several pieces of information instead of just one. Yeah, this we have seen. As a result, security will be heightened. It will be much more difficult for an unauthorized person to access the system. It is just like everywhere, when VIP is coming, or when very senior VIP is there, we all know there are different level of security, starting from normal police to then commandos and all those things. The same thing applies to the, in case of cyber attack also. Create robust internal controls. To prevent cyber attacks in an organization, it is also crucial that there are robust internal control in place. Access control will help ensure that the system access is updated immediately once employees, contractors, and vendors leave the organization. Ways to prevent cyber attack, again, it continues. Create robust internal control. This, of course, we have a, if the access is not revoked for the former employees, contractors and other relevant parties, they may be able to access the organizational system later on. That precaution they take if some employee is leaving their company. By monitoring who has access to the organizational system, one can ensure greater security and can prevent security threat and potential problems in future. Manage third-party security. In order to prevent cyber attacks and security threats, it is also critical that one task measurable to another third-party cyber. Creating tight security controls, identifying potential cyber threats, and monitoring the network are all crucial to ensure that system is secure. And the most important thing is we should educate our employees. Every organization should educate our employees. This, I feel personally that this is the most important. Employees education is also one of the biggest key to improving business security. Organizations should conduct cyber security awareness training when onboarding new employees. Employees should be provided with extra training at regular intervals. Holding annual training sessions can help ensure that the entire staff is aware. Well, this should go in a regular process, whether it is annual or 6 monthly or monthly, it will depend upon how employees are serious about this training. It is also important to educate about the phishing. Employees should be aware of as to what are and what are not considered normal requests via email and other correspondence methods. This will create a business mode that is much more secure overall. So we have to, educate. Then create data backups. I think this is quite common also. Everybody is creating data backs, uh, a normal person like me, when it is not possible to big one, at least some important things, we take some big pen drives or some other drive and we keep our data. But then people become lethargic, and sometimes they avoid, अरे भाई हमारे को कुछ नहीं होगा, for ours is safe. No, but yes, backup data is very, very important. Organizations should make regular backups of important business. It is an important measure to worst case scenario. Ensuring regular data backups make sure that whatever happens, the business won't be at a loss. Keep entire system updated. That is also important. Keeping the system and business software up to date is also a critical part of protecting any business. Running the latest software makes the data more secure and also makes business remain strong against all odds in the long run. So result is usually this is okay. Then, of course, here I would like to discuss install antivirus software and firewall. Now, I don't know, I will request experts who are participating in this discussion. Sometimes I feel that this virus industry and antivirus industry, both are flourishing like anything. I mean, they may be at the same place. Like I heard that in Bangalore or some city, IT city, one company is making a lot of viruses, and then people are getting, then the other company's representative will go, sir, we have got latest antivirus. You please install this, and it will go. Yes, but then after some time, that company again make the new virus. So this making new virus, making new antivirus, it is a complementary sort of thing. Both are helping. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. It is happening something like that. Okay, so these are the some few things that how we prevent cyber attack. But so far, I have not mentioned anywhere about the AI. So now, why AI for cyber security? In fact, that is the topic also. But I thought that this is important to start with. Why AI for cyber security? Now, first of all, all this cyber attacks and all that. If we pinpoint one fellow or one thing, it is internet. The birth of every attack takes because of, but internet is such a thing. Neither we can leave it, we can't survive without internet, and the other people also, they have got free right to internet. So rapid development of internet services is responsible for cyber. The rapid development of services also led to significant increase in cyber attacks. Cyber threats are becoming more sophisticated and automation make the protection ineffective. As we discussed in the beginning, that here also, as we are making new and new protections, the cyber criminals are also making, because they also, technology is available to them. Understanding past threat is necessary. Now, this is important. We all know that as far as machine learning is concerned, it or AI or machine learning, it is basically dependent only on one thing, that is data. If data is there, machine learning will work and it will do wonders. So, when we are having conventional cyber security approaches have a limited effect on fighting new cyber threats. We need the approaches to counter. AI can be used to analyze the large amount of data with efficiency, accuracy, and speed. This is important because ML will work only on data. And if we provide the ML, machine learning, lot of data, of course, data should be efficiently provided, it should be accurate, and it should be provided with high speed. Then, of course, machine learning will be very, very useful. AI system can take advantage of what it knows and understand the past threats to identify similar attack in the future. Even if their patterns change, they will know, how machine, because here I'm not taking the machine learning working. I presume that all my fellow panelists, other participants are aware about it. For this reason, the use of AI to combat security threat is an unavoidable threat. Conventional systems have become ineffective. Contemporary with the development of technology, cyber threats are becoming sophisticated and still. Cyber criminals are always changing their methods, making attacks challenging to predict and prevent. Well, naturally, they are, once something has happened, it is not working, they will come out with a new attack. Consequently, conventional security systems which use rules and signatures have become ineffective. Flexible, continually evolving. Now here, one thing is there, as I mentioned you, that the first stage, beginning of the AI was in the form of expert system. That is rule-based system. We were making only rules. And with the help of that, we were solving many, many problems, as I did in the form of solving breakdowns in the transmitter. But that was rule-based. And it worked effectively, but slowly, it is very slow, and then only rules are there, it takes time. But slowly, when the ML came, because ML working was different from expert system. Expert system was basically dependent upon algorithm or the program you make, but ML will depend only on data. And when you change the data, you put more and more data in the ML, it will learn of its own. We all know in machine learning, machine learns of its own. Only thing is it needs is data. AI is necessary to counter cyber attacks. We need advanced approaches such as applying AI-based techniques that provides flexibility and learning capability to assist humans in combating cyber crimes. Okay, so how AI is used in, so there are two main ways AI is bolstering cybersecurity. First, AI can help automate many tasks that a human analyst would often handle manually. Many things which are handled manually, AI will make it almost automatic. These includes automatically detecting unknown workstations, unknown servers, code repositories, and other hardware and software on a network. AI works in cybersecurity by learning from past data to identify patterns and trends. Here again, I would like to mention that the whole system of how ML works is they make patterns. Once you give the data, they make patterns, they make, and then on the basis of that, they decide. This information is then used to predictions about future attacks. Please note this one. Once past data is there, they process it, and then this information becomes useful for predictions about the future attacks. AI powered systems can also be configured to automatically respond to threats and fight cyber threats in quicker time scale. How AI is shaping the cybersecurity arms race? The average business receives 10,000 alerts every day from the various software tools it uses to monitor or intruders, malware, and other threats. Cyber security staff often find themselves inundated with data they need to sort through to manage their cyber defenses. The stakes are high. Cyber attacks are increasingly and affect thousands of organizations and millions of people in US alone. I'm not talking about the other countries. These challenges underscore the need for better ways to stem the tide of cyber breaches. AI is particularly well suited to finding patterns in huge amounts of data. Now, this again and again I am telling that ultimately it is if the amount of data is huge and it is useful data, then naturally we will have better prospects of stopping the cyber attack. AI is emerging as much needed tool in the cyber security toolkit. How AI is shaping the cybersecurity arms race. More specifically, AI-enabled analytics can help discern the jargon and code words hackers develop to reference their new tools techniques. Now, they use different code words. One example is using the name Mirai to meet botnet, because botnet has already become popular that it is a dangerous thing. So they use that other term Mirai. If time permits, I will discuss both botnet and Mirai. Hackers developed to term to hide the botnet topic and from law enforcement and cyber threat intelligence professionals. AI has already seen some early success in cybersecurity. Well, it has already done. Increasingly, companies such as FireEye, Microsoft, and Google are developing innovative AI approaches to detect malware, spam, phishing campaigns, and monitor the spread of disinformation. One notable success is Microsoft's Cyber Signals program that uses AI to analyze 24 trillion security signals, 40 nation states groups, and 140 hackers groups to produce cyber threat intelligence for C-level executives. This Microsoft has done. Federal funding agencies such as Department of Defense and all that, they have invested a lot of money in this, and they are working on this. Despite the significant benefits of AI for cybersecurity professionals have questions and concerns about AI's role. Now, the cybersecurity professionals are really worried about AI's role, whether it is really doing it or not, because that is what we say, how much to trust AI. See, when you are using something new, even when we are using some new vaccine or we are using the new tool, first of all, we have to develop trust in that. So the professionals are concerned about AI's role. Companies might be thinking about replacing their human analysts with AI system. but might be worried about how much they can trust automated system with AI. Downsides of AI. AI is useful not only for cybersecurity professionals trying to turn the tide against cyber attacks, but also for malicious hackers. Attackers are using methods like reinforcement learning. Now, this reinforcement learning is again a subset, a part of machine learning. If you study this one in detail, you will know how reinforcement can help you to generate more and more things. Now, this is being used by hackers. So all your efforts will go waste if they use reinforcement learning in a better way. And generative adversarial networks which generate new content or software based on limited examples to produce new types of cyber attacks that can evade cyber defenses. Just as AI can generate realistic looking fake faces from photos of real people, the software can be used to create a new forms of malware based on the existing code. That is the problem. That based on this thing, they can generate another malware. Researchers and cybersecurity professionals are still learning all the way malicious hackers are using AI. Well, we all know that AI is available to all. The road ahead, looking forward, there is significant room for growth for AI in cybersecurity. In spite of all whatever I have just now mentioned, still the AI is future for cybersecurity. In particular, the predictions AI systems make based on the patterns they identify will help analysts respond to emerging threats. We have to keep on working. AI is an increasing tool that could help stem the tide of cyber attacks and with careful cultivation could become a required tool for the next generation of cyber security professionals. The current pace of innovation in AI, however, indicates that fully automated cyber battles between AI attackers and AI defenders is likely years away. So, this was I just introduced AI in cybersecurity. Now, let us see a few advantages of AI in cybersecurity. Environment is massive and it is contributing to grow rapidly. This means that analyzing and improving an organization's cybersecurity postures need more than mere human intervention. AI and machine learnings are now becoming essential to information security as these technologies are capable of swiftly analyzing millions of data sets and tracking down a wide variety of cyber. The bottom line is, friends, that we have to depend on ML and DL, of course, if data is more. And that will operate only when we have huge amount of data. These technologies continually learn and improve, drawing data from past experience and present to pinpoint new varieties of attacks that can occur today or tomorrow. So, the use of AI in cyber security, good and bad both, because it is available to security people, it is also available to attackers. Advantage: AI presents many advantages and applications in a variety of areas, cybersecurity being one of them. With fast evolving cyber attacks and rapid multiplication of devices happening today, AI and machine learning can help to keep abreast with cyber criminals, automate threat detection, and respond to more effectively than conventional software driven or manual. Well, the old techniques we have to replace with AI. Here are a few advantages. Advantages of AI in cybersecurity. AI can be used to spot cyber threats and possibly malicious activities. Traditional software systems simply cannot keep pace with the sheer number of new malware created every week. So this is an area AI can really help, because the criminals are making new softwares, and our old system cannot detect it. So AI has to be there. AI has to be fast also. By using sophisticated algorithms, AI systems are being trained to detect malware, run patterns recognition, and detect even the smallest behaviors of malware or ransomware attack before it enters the system. Now, if our system is fast, then the pattern naturally will change, and ML works on that system only. So it will detect. AI allows for superior predictive intelligence with natural language processing, which curates data on its own by scraping through the articles, news, and studies on cyber threats. This can give intelligence of new anomalies, cyber attacks, and prevention strategies. After all, criminals follow trend too. What is popular with them changes constantly. As we are changing our technology, they are also changing. AI-based cybersecurity system can provide the latest knowledge of global as well as industry-specific dangers to better formulate vital prioritization decision based not merely on what could be used to attack your system, but based on what is most likely to be used to attack your system. Now comes the battling bots. This is something very interesting. When I was studying this, uh, again, good bots, bad bots. As we say, good boys and bad boys, even in schools. Bots can make up a huge chunk of internet traffic today, and they can be dangerous. From account takeovers with the stolen credential to bogus account creation and data fraud, bots can be a real menace. You can't tackle automated threats with manual responses alone. AI and machine learning help build a thorough understanding of website traffic and distinguish between good bots like search engine and bad bots and humans. Naturally, good bots are also very useful. I will go a little more into detail if time permits about the bots. AI enables us to analyze a vast amount of data and allows cybersecurity team to adopt their strategy to a continually altering. By looking at behavioral patterns, businesses will get answers to their questions. What does an average user journey look like? And what does a risky, unusual journey look like? Here comes the ML working. If it is not normal thing, we will find that there is something wrong. From here, we can unpick the internet of their websites traffic, getting and staying ahead of the bad bots. Well, this video is there, but I understand that this will not work, so I will not play it. Okay, I have talked a lot about application of machine learning. Let us see applications. This is quite familiar. Those who are working on ML, it has got so many advantages. Machine learning in general, we can divide into supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement. This is what I was talking just few minutes back. So here, they have got different applications. Fraud detection is one in classification. Again, supervised has got two types: classification and regression. So here, fraud detection, image classification, like that, diagnostic, forecasting, predictions, process optimization. And here, reinforcement, we have got robot navigation. So there are so many applications of ML. That's why they say ML is very, very powerful. ML is AI's brain actually. Actually, ML is a subset of AI. So we may call it AI is like an umbrella. And in that umbrella, even expert system also used to come, but there is no relation between ML and expert system. ML is an AI's brain, a type of algorithm that enables computer to analyze data. Again, please note, analyze data, learn from the past experiences, and make decisions, all in a way that resembles human behavior. It works like human intelligence. Machine learning algorithms in cybersecurity can automatically detect and analyze security incidents. Some can even automatically respond to threats. Many modern security tools like threat intelligence already utilize machine learning. There are many machine learning algorithms, but most of them perform one of the following tasks. There are many, in fact, when we go for algorithm, there is a big list. And sometimes people, designers, they make their own algorithm also. So regression, clustering, I will not go into the detail of this because it will take time. Then classification, algorithm learn from previous observations and try to apply when they learn. Classification involves artifacts, etc. The impact of AI on cybersecurity. While artificial intelligence can improve security, the same technology can give cyber criminals access to the system with no human intervention. In fact, I will say they are at par. Both are running. It all depends ultimately who comes first, who scores. The list explains the good news about the AI's impact on cyber vulnerability management. Organizations are struggling to manage and prioritize the large number of vulnerabilities they come upon daily. Conventional vulnerability management techniques respond to incidents only after hackers have already exploited the vulnerability. Now, this is the unfortunate part. Sometimes we come to know, oh, threat has already occurred, and then it takes a lot of time. As Professor Oda was mentioning about the AIMS recently, that there was a complete breakdown, and still they are struggling how it happened. AI and machine learning techniques can improve the vulnerability management capabilities. Additionally, tools like user and event behavior analytics, when powered by AI, can analyze user behavior or servers and endpoints and then detect anomalies that might indicate an unknown attack. This can help protect organizations even before vulnerabilities are officially reported and patched. Conventional security tools use signatures or attack indicators. These techniques can easily identify previously discovered threats. AI can increase the detection rate. Oh, sorry, by mistake it got. AI can increase the detection rate of traditional techniques up to 95%. The problem is that you can get multiple false positives. The ideal options would be a combination of AI and traditional methods. Now here, I think we will, if the time, again, I have mentioned somewhere that how rule-based and ML can work together. This merger between the conventional and innovative can increase detection rate by up to 100%, thus minimizing false positives. AI can also improve threat hunting by integrating behavior analysis. For instance, you can develop profiles of every application inside your organization's network by analyzing data from endpoints. Conventional network security techniques focus on two main aspects: creating security policies and understanding the network environment. Policies can help you distinguish between legitimate and malicious network connections. Policies can also enforce a zero trust model. It all depends how a company, how an organization, they make the policy. Then environment. Most organizations don't have precise naming conventions for application and workloads. As a result, security teams have to spend a lot of time determining what set of workloads belong to a given application. So environment has to be very, very tight. AI can enhance network security by learning the patterns of network traffic and recommending both security policies and functional workload grouping. Then, of course, data center, as we all know, is very important for any organization. AI can monitor and optimize critical data center process like power consumption, backup power, internal temperatures, bandwidth usage, and cooling filters. AI provides insight into what values can improve the security and effectiveness of the data center infrastructure. You can use AI to reduce maintenance cost. Yes, certainly. AI can prompt alerts that you can know you have to attend to hardware failures. AI-based alerts enable you to fix your equipment before. Yeah, that is one important thing. In AI, in machine learning, even if you are, say, you are having a lot of machines in your organization, and sometimes some machine will fail. But once it has failed, then of course you have to, there will be a breakdown and you have to replace that. But what you want with the help of AI is AI should tell you that machine number so and so is likely to fail shortly. So at least you will get an alert. And before it fails, you will take out that machine, put another one, and then you work on it. That saves your working time. Google reported a 15% reduction in power consumption and 40% reduction in cooling cost in 16. Okay, good. Uh, Now I come to this interesting thing. Yeah, today. This is botnet. Is it a boon or bane? This is uh, I will try to give it very briefly what exactly it is and how this is really effective. Very very. I had marked few very good videos also, but I know I cannot run it. But I will suggest you that if you can see the website, then you will get very good videos. They explain very well. Anyway, so first of all, uh, how this name came, botnet? See, we what is the difference between botnet? Because robot we all know. Robot means something physical. Robot we all know that robot moves and does so many things. As you can see, it is there in this picture. There. Robot is something like that. Botnet, they have taken the word robot from ROBOT. They have picked BOT from that. And since it works in digital form, digital domain, so they have taken internet. So they have taken net from the internet. So bot from the robot word and net from the internet, and these two combined makes it botnet. Botnet means it works like robot, but not in a physical form, but in the digital form. The bot herder can direct every bot to carry out. Sorry, it was there. I missed it. What is a botnet? Illegal action. Now, anybody can make number of bots. It is like just like spreading some virus, and somebody will control. So the word robot and network, this I have already explained. So each of these infected devices is known as bots. And a hacker or cyber criminals, they are known as bot herder. So we have given the name. How botnet came, the criminals or hackers who are handling these botnets, they are called bot herders. A bot is also called zombie, and a botnet is referred to as zombie army because they make it in thousands, not one botnet. They make it as numbers are huge, so that's why they call it army. You can see this is something like here. So the bot herder, the one who is controlling all the bots, can direct every bot to carry out a coordinated illegal action from a single central location. That is called single central location. A botnet can have several bots and thus allows the attacker to carry out the large scale attack. Infected devices can acquire updates and modify their behavior easily and quickly since a remote attacker controls them. The bots are used to automate large scale attacks, including data theft, server failure, malware propagation, spam, email generation, and malicious traffic generation for distributed denial, that is DDoS attack. What is good botnet and how they are used? See, botnets are not all botnets are, botnet can, of course, botnet is botnet. If you use it for good purpose, they are called good botnet. If you use it for bad purpose, they are called bad botnet. So, simply put, internet bots or botnets are software. They are software applications that are designed to automate many tedious and mundane tasks online. They have become an integral part of what makes the internet tick and are used by many internet applications tools. For example, internet search engines like Google rely on bots. If you are making a search, it is not just one, they are searching, and within seconds you get so many numbers that for your query, so many things are available. How it happens? It happens through bots, good bots that crawl through the web content. Good bots जो है it फैल जाता है पूरे network में, and since they have got the direction that here they have to pick all these things and they bring it to you. This is a matter of seconds. Bot goes through millions of web pages, text to find and index terms that these pages contain. So when a user searches for a particular term, the search engine will know which page contains that particular information. Travel aggregators, now those people on travel agencies and all that, use bots to continuously check and gather information on flight details, hotel rooms availability, so they can display the most up-to-date information for users. When you go to the airport and other places and you find that what is the booking and all that, you come to know immediately, my dear. And that is by good botnet. This means that users no longer need to check different websites individually. The botnet army will do for you. The aggregator bots consolidate all of the information, allowing the services to display the data all at once. Thanks to the development in AI and machine learning, bots are also being used to complete more complex tasks. Business intelligence services use bots to crawl through product reviews and social media comments to provide insight on how a particular brand is perceived. How does a botnet work? Preparing the botnet army. Naturally, as I mentioned you that it is not one or two botnets. There's an army. The first step is creating a botnet is to infect as many connected devices as possible to ensure that there are enough bots to carry out the attack. Now I'm talking about the bad botnet or bad botnet army. So first, one or two botnets will enter into some system, and they will assess the system. It uses the computing power of the infected device for tasks that remain hidden for the device owner. However, the fraction of the bandwidth taken from a single machine is not sufficient. Hence, the botnet combines millions of devices to carry out large-scale attacks. This way, it creates bots either by exploiting security gaps in the software or website or phishing emails. They often deploy botnets through a Trojan horse virus. I think we all know that Trojan is very, very dangerous virus. Once infected, a bot allows access to admin level operations like gathering and stealing user data, reading and writing system data, monitoring user activities, performing DDoS attacks, sending spam, launching brute force attacks, crypto mining, and so on. So this is how it was. This is a bot herder who is having the bot. They initiate the attack. Then these attacks are going in different systems, and then they attack the victim. As seen in the above image, a bot herder initiates the attack by infecting several devices with malicious code, which acts as the botnet. In the next step, these devices take over the conduct the final cyber attack. Therefore, even if you trace the cyber attack back in such a scenario, you cannot trace the bot herder easily. Even if you go back, you will not know who is the ultimately dawn of the this whole army. A botnet architecture has developed over a while for improved working and slimmer chances of getting traced. Once it infects the desired number of devices, the bot master or the bot herder takes control of the bots using two different approaches. Well, again, client server type, they will take the control of all the bots and then they will infect. The client server model is a traditional model that operates this. We know that client and server. For example, IRC or internet relay chat sends automated commands to the infected bots. Before engaging in a cyber attack, it frequently programs the bots to remain dormant and await commands from the CNC. Now I will explain it in a simple way also. Say some bot has entered into a system in your system, right? Now its bot's central command, or we can say the headquarter of the bot's army, is somewhere else. Now this particular bot which has entered in your system, it will try to get connected with the headquarter. So that is called CNC. Through some means, because after all the system which you are using has also got some means of traveling, they are sending data. So it will use some means and try to reach to the headquarters, CNC, that is called CNC. And once it is connected, then it will get all the help from the CNC or the headquarter, and then the bots will increase. And this is exactly happens in the army, in the war also. When the bot herder issues a command to the servers, it is then relayed to the clients. Following this, the clients run the command and report back to the bot herder with the findings. Well, again, P2P, instead of using CNC servers, we have the P2P approach also. Here, controlling infected bots involves a peer-to-peer network that, today hackers adopt this approach to avoid detection and single point failure. Because hackers also are very smart. They say, why we make only one central command? Why not we distribute it? In the P2P mode, operates the infected device scan malicious websites or other devices. The bot carefully probes random IP addresses until it comes in contact with another infected machine, because it will have many IP addresses. So it will try to find out and then reach to the another machine. The bots then share updated commands or the latest version of the malware. In general, bot activity is already something that most organizations have been dealing for years. However, what is worrisome is the traffic that comes from the bad bots, the bots that have been appropriately by malicious actors to serve as tool for the various hacking and fraud campaigns. The most common uses for bad bots includes web scraping. Hackers can steal web content by crawling websites and copying their entire content. Data harvesting. Aside from stealing entire websites content, bots are also used to harvest specific data. वो नई फसल बो देते हैं. They will put their own data instead of the user's data, and that will create all confusion. Price is scrapping. Product price can also be scrapped from the e-commerce websites so that they can be used by companies to undercut their competitors. So price scrapping is also done by bad bots. Brute force logins and credential stuffing. Malicious bots interact with pages containing login forms and attempts to gain access to sites by trying out different username and password combinations. Digital ad fraud. Hackers can game pay per click PPP advertising system by using bots to click on ads on a page. The unscrupulous sites owners can earn from these fraudulent clicks. The spam. Bots can also automatically interact with the forms and buttons on the websites and social media pages to leave phony comments or false product reviews. Distributed denial of services. This already I have told you that they create traffic jam. Once the allotted resources are used, sites and applications supported or hosted by the network will become inaccessible to the legitimate user because bots will occupy all the bandwidth. Hackers are also becoming more sophisticated and creative in how they use these bots. To start, they are designing bots that are capable of circumventing conventional bots mitigation solutions, thus making them harder to detect. Some enterprising parties even create seemingly legitimate services out of bad bots. Bots can be used to help buyers get ahead of queues in time sensitive transactions such as buying limited editions products or event tickets. Hackers can perform these activities on a massive scale because through the use of massive botnets, which are networks composed of devices capable of running bots, many of these devices are compromised from previous hacks. The Mirai botnet I mentioned some time back, which is responsible for several massive denial of services attacks, is composed of tens of thousands of compromised internets of things. Now, some famous botnet attacks. There is, Mirai is one of them, and it attacks IoT devices. It was there in 2016. Then Mariposa, it emerged in 2009. Botnet committed online scams and launched DDoS assault. It was also stealing personal account credential, etc. Then third is Jeeves. The financial Trojan accounted for 90% of all global online bank. Storm, first identified in 2000, Storm was one of the first P2P botnets with a massive network ranging from 250,000 to 1 million infected devices. Eve, first deployed in 2016, fake flicks advertisement hosted by fake websites. How to protect from botnets? We require an all-inclusive strategy ranging from good surfing habits to software updates to antivirus protection to prevent botnet infection. Listed below are some essential methods. Updating your operating system is a good malware preventive measure. Beware of using emails and avoid email attachments from suspicious sources. Reform from clicking on suspicious link. Install antivirus and anti-spyware. If you are a website owner, establish a multi-factor verification. Again, this is- I feel that at this stage, madam, can we have questions, or I can discuss some more thing? But then the time, keeping the time in mind.
Because
Yes.
because it is
Yes, sir.
7:25, so better to have questions.
Yeah, that will be better, sir.
Right.
Sure, sir. Sir, some questions you have already taken up in the beginning, but
Yeah,
there are a few questions by certain attendees.
yeah,
First question is, if hackers also use AI,
yeah.
would we still be able to secure the cyber world? Like, how safe would we at that point of time?
Madam, first of all, in this question, he says, if hackers, no, no chance, hackers are already using AI. Now the
Absolutely, sir.
question is, who is using better AI? Hackers, hackers, see, there are intelligent people. That's why sometimes we call ethical hacking. I have attended some seminars, and also Professor Hoda must be knowing. I think he conducted what when we discuss what is ethical hacking, what is unethical hacking, and all that. So
Yes, sir.
hackers will certainly achieve the same thing which we have discussed. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, next question we have. It is said prevention is better than cure. But
Yes.
in the current digital world, is there any way to prevent ourselves and the elderly at our homes from these cyber attacks?
The only thing I will suggest, particularly you use the word old people, and particularly India is a country of villages, and now every
Yes, sir.
villager, everybody has got credit cards, or they are operating on digital things. But
Yes.
unfortunately, when they go to the bank to take out, there are some elements who are taking it, an eye on that, and then they are by doing some tricks. This we are seeing on the in the video, some in the news also, that somehow they will copy their cards, and the poor people will lose a lot of money and all that. So what I will suggest, that the young people, I mean those who are attending this seminar, I will suggest them, particularly students, to encourage, to educate the people in their house. Even Kambali, see, she has also got mobile, she has also got credit card, she is also getting, you are making payment through Paytm, etc. So you have to tell her that what precautions she should take. Why? Because we are getting these information that we should not disclose our PIN number, or we should not go. ठीक है, we are understanding. But do you think that they are also understanding? उनको उनकी लैंग्वेज में समझाना जरूरी है. And if we do that, I think this will be the biggest service to the nation. And this is the only way we can fight this cyber attack. Yeah.
Absolutely, sir. Very rightly said. So, one last question we have from a few students. They would like to know that which type of certification should they go for in cybersecurity if they want to pursue a career in the same?
Yeah, I will tell you. Just only few days back, I was told that Delhi University has started a course on cyber security. And as we all know, that Delhi University is a reputed, so they can always find out, and if they can join. But then there are many others. I think Professor Huda is the best person to tell where they should go for cyber security courses. Or why not we arrange some courses.
No,
So,
no, you are right. Many universities have already started,
yeah.
and there are many courses available in online domain also in the field of cybersecurity. So those participants who wanted to get information, you can get connected through me on WhatsApp. I'm just writing my mobile number many of them might be having, but anyway, I'm writing my mobile number in the chat window. So you can get me connected. I will send you the links, right?
Yeah, any other questions, sir?
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I think that as this topic is very
Very
big and it has a large domain. So similarly, the questions would require another session if we start picking up all the questions. I've tried to ask the crux of most of the questions. I would now request Professor M.N. Huda, sir, to commemorate this wonderful session and thank R.K. Singh, sir, for this wonderful session today with the certificate and an e-memento.
Thank you so much, Mr. R.K. Singh Saab.
Yes.
The topic is so evolving, and whatever we do, but it is a proven fact that hackers, intruders are always ahead of the policy planners. And in fact, policy planners are behaving in a reactive manner, whereas the hackers are always ahead of them, and that's how they are in a position to hack it. So the topic is also evolving with the kind of the mischievous activities happening. So again, we will have another session on this, which will clear many other doubts which have been, but it has been a wonderful session delivered by you and was attended over 400 plus participants, including both the channels like our WebEx as well as the live streaming on YouTube. And this certificate is not for the certification, but only for the purpose of remembrance that you have been part of this wonderful webinar. So thank you so much. And may I have the memento, please?